Welcome to another edition of John Long Silver Rails. Now, I got this idea from watching Gary of Trains in the Basement. Gary took some American Flyer passenger cars and he put Marx trucks on them. I got to give it to Gary. He's always coming up with great creative ideas. Now let me show you one thing about an American Flyer passenger car. We're talking about the ones designed to run with the American Flyer Franklin or General. Just a second. This is the American Flyer old-time passenger car. Now what's unique about this is that even though Flyer did not illuminate these cars, they put the light socket in the base. Now with the Marx trucks that Gary put on his, if he used the Marx pickup in conjunction with the Marx trucks, he could take an American Flyer light socket such as this and put it right there as it's designed to go. It twists in, and he would have an illuminated passenger car. So if any of you are thinking about doing what Gary did, I recommend you take it this extra step. You can buy these brand new pickups off of eBay. They're expensive, I know, but it's worth it. And I'm sure you can find these American Flyer light sockets. And as you can see, well, we're going to show this next step here. Let's move the engine up. You can see that the Lionel cars designed to go with the Lionel General are similar in size to the American Flyer car. Not quite, but similar. Close enough. So I got to wondering, how would it look to run the Lionel cars behind the Marx William Crooks or General type locomotive. Now to do that, I took an American Flyer gondola that had rusted trucks and using my number 6 screws with a lock nut, I put a Marx uncoupler at one end and a Lionel coupler at the other end. So I can simply hook it up, the gondola, to the, and then from that I can go with my Western style train. Now if I wanted to make it look more old-fashioned, I could put some drums or something in the gondola, but you get the general idea. So first up, I have the cowboy car. This is the one where they bob in and out, kind of like the horse car. And then I have the cowboy and bandit car, or the sheriff and bandit car. They take turns bobbing up and down, and then I have the 2 passenger cars. And those bad guys will bob up and down. Ben's Trains found one of these sets, I guess at a thrift shop or somewhere. I found mine back in the spring at a Goodwill down in Sarasota, Florida. It runs on batteries. I have not tried to run the locomotive on batteries, but since it runs on batteries, that means it has probably 2 D cells or something like that in it, so it probably runs on about 3 volts. I suppose if you wanted to try to convert it to 3 rail, you'd have to find a way to put a center pickup on it, and be careful you keep the voltage down to 3, unless you could figure out just how high a voltage the motor is rated for. but you could run it on DC or with a rectifier on AC. So let's compare the Easy Tech cars to the Lionel cars. They're just a little smaller. They say North Pole Express. They have a knuckle coupler, but it's lower than the Lionel coupler. And it doesn't want to quite fit the Lionel coupler either. So you'd have to make a little tag or something to couple them up, unless you wanted to change the couplers in trucks. Like, I guess Ben kept the couplers, but I think he changed the trucks. There's a hole in the bottom, which probably could be used to put a light bulb in. Maybe you could reshape that hole a little bit to take a Lionel caboose light bulb socket and put better trucks on it, better couplers. You can see you could just unscrew these and put something else on. Now, I have not tried to take this apart, but I think it comes apart from the top and unsnaps somehow. Maybe one of us will figure it out sooner or later. I think the one that Ben found had green stripes. Mine is kind of a Tuscan brown with red North Pole Express. And I suppose the white roof probably is supposed to represent snow. This is the tender that comes with it, much smaller, with plastic axles that says North Pole Express. So it comes with a locomotive, two of these identical cars. And this is what the locomotive itself looks like. No pilot or trailing truck. I was thinking when I bought it if I could put a Marx mechanism in it. That might be fun to do. At any rate, I haven't taken it that far yet in my thought processes. I think we'll show this same set running with the Lionel General. So we'll put the flyer, the Marx Crooks over here out of the way. And we get rid of the universal car. People will like it anyway. All right, we're going to run the Lionel General now. Now we're going to lift out the junkyard. Move it out of the way. Now, before I conclude, I'll show you one of my latest projects. You can buy these Marx farm set bases. They take little plastic plants. What I've done with mine, you paint the base to make it look like soil, and then I put woodland scenics plants in them, which means I can put my row crops wherever I please. And that's what they look like. So that's a simple project to try on your layout. We're going to conclude by showing the American Flyer Franklin pulling its 3 passenger cars. Once again, we can show you how simple my lift bridge is, designed by my son. And remember, if you do this, you have to use stranded wire so it won't break. You don't want solid core. It's very easy and very effective. And these brackets that keep the bridge steady also hold the blocks that keep you from running a train off the layout, in case you forget. Okay, well, just thanks for watching. That concludes today's show.